if your car is stalling constantly, if your Jeep Grand Cherokee is stalling constantly, we're going to check it and we're going to see what the real problem is. I have 148,000 miles on this car. It started doing it last week, brought it to the mechanic. They said they did a full tune-up on the car, which they didn't. I wound up buying a new coil pack, which is one long coil pack, not the individuals, on a 2004. It was $100 at AutoZone. I could have got it for $50 on the internet if you really looked. It's not that difficult. But that seemed to fix the car for a while. Now the mechanic also said that they changed a bunch of sensors. I'm trying to find out what sensors they are, because this is actually a friend's car, because I smashed mine this week and he's letting me borrow it. But for some reason, this car is just one thing after another. It's just not running correctly. It was running fine up till this point for the last 5 days. Now all of a sudden it's starting to sputter and do all types of things. So like I said, one person said it was the wiring harness. All they did was reconnect the wires and then put some tubing over the wires, because the way they designed it, it was going over the valve cover, and one of the bolts was cutting into the wiring harness, that connects into the injectors on the back side of the engine, and it was causing these things to just shut off automatically. So I went under the hood and I wiggled the wires around just for a little bit, just to see, and it made a difference. I was running smooth for a while, and now I'm driving. I have a 30-mile drive home from Long Island City, New York to Massapequa, New York, and I'm just trying to get home, and then I got to bring it back to this stupid mechanic in the morning. But before I do, because he charged this guy $500 and the problem is still there, even after he says he's changed a bunch of things, I gotta check to see if he even changed the plugs. I don't even think he changed the plugs, to tell you the truth. They looked worn out from the outside, but that could have just been grease or something like that. But I'm going to keep you updated on this. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pull over now and wiggle them again, because this car is just going on and off and stopping when it wants to. Twice I had to pull over and slow down to almost nothing, and then all of a sudden it just kicked on again. So that's what it keeps doing. So there's a pit stop right here, as you can see. And I'm going to try doing this again. So if you have any feedback, I'd really appreciate it. If not, I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to pull over, just take a break, and get my car home. And then tomorrow in the daylight, work on the problem. Start real early before I get to this mechanic and tell him to fuck off, because, learn how to fix a car. Or at least do some homework on the car before sending it back out and saying it's fixed. Look at this. It just died on me again. Look at that. Just as I pull into the spot. Let's see if it restarts. I'll shut it off. Pull the key. And it's dead. Look at that. Totally dead. Wow. I'm going to get under the hood and I'm going to see if I can disconnect the battery. And get it to start again. If not, it looks like I'm stuck here. So, let's see what happens. Going under the hood right now. No light under here. I don't have a flashlight on me. Actually, I think I do. So hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, here's the battery. I know the terminal isn't tight because I had this problem during the week and I couldn't get it started, and I disconnected the battery. Didn't have the tools on me to get it going again. So I left it a little loose just in case this happens again. So let's disconnect it. Give it a second. Now that's the Pcm wiring harness. This is the Pcm computer right here with these 3 things, 1, 2, and 3. It's behind the coolant reservoir. They say to take this thing off, which isn't that easy. They say you gotta pry it off. It's got a bunch of bolts. You could see them 1, 2. I gotta look for the rest. But one person is saying that it's the wiring harness. If you could see, my finger I'm traveling right up it. And it connects to this little thing, and then it goes across the valve cover. You could see it. It's kind of where my finger is. Goes across the valve cover and then connects to the injectors. So I'm gonna check that out tomorrow and see if anything works. Right now I'm gonna try, sorry about that, I'm gonna try reconnecting the battery, seeing if I can get the car to start. Actually, I gotta reconnect it again because it looks like I don't have a connection there. There we go. There's a connection. It's beeping. And let's see. Look at that. It started, but it doesn't want to stay. Oh, there it goes. So, I'm just going to stop for a little bit, give it some time. But as you can see, I disconnected the battery, so if you ever get stuck like that while it's doing the same thing as mine was, disconnect the battery real quick if you can't get it to start, and then reconnect it, and that should work, hopefully. So I'll try this again. Alright. Thanks for watching. Watch my next one. It's going to be a continuation on how to fix the Pcm wiring harness or the Pcm computer soldering points.